awesome. That's good. Yeah, that's very good to know, man. That's very good to know because I know people with, way less kids than you, and you know what I'm saying, they get a bum rap, you know what I'm saying, for the worst thing that, one bad thing they do, you know what I'm saying, they get a bum rap from the kids because their mom done planted a seed in their head, a bad seed in their head. So,
well, one of the things that a guy can duck also, I mean, although we're in jail, we're confined, you don't lose the responsibility as a father. Now, naturally,
right.
that ability is hobbled because of your circumstances, but you still have it. So that means that you have to make a concerted effort to reach out to your children and to try and become part of their lives. And in some regards, to live your life vicariously through them, through their experiences, through their trips.
Right.
One of my sons went to Egypt recently. So he sends me pictures. I get letters from my granddaughter by him. And we interact. So, like I said, notwithstanding the circumstances, you still have a responsibility, and you do as much as you can.
Right. Good, good. And man, just to go off, this show is normally Conspiracy Theory Thursday, you know what I'm saying, and we like to do, the interviews and whatnot, but we also like to go, a little above the norm, you know what I'm saying, not, go the same route, man. So I got to ask you this question. I'm infatuated, you know what I'm saying, in the last probably 6 years, I've been kind of infatuated with, things going on in space, you know what I'm saying, and my next question to you, and this is just an opinion, hated question, you know what I'm saying, and if you feel like this is, hey, man, I ain't into that, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and say that. But what do you feel the government is truly doing in space?
Well, it's twofold. I read a lot in that area, too. I read a lot of stuff. I've read Stephen Hawking. I've read Timothy Ferris. I've read everything by Carl Sagan, So I read a lot about that kind of stuff. But what I've read also more recently is I read An Inconvenient Truth by Al Gore. And before that, he wrote another book called Earth in the Balance. And I think that we are doing so much harm to the planet in terms of not just, the carbon emissions and stuff like that, but on a lot of levels. We're doing so much harm to the planet that colonization of other planets is, if things don't turn around, is in this planet's future. So one of the things that they are doing, they talked about terraforming on Mars. They talked about putting space stations on the moon. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is actual facts. These are things that they're looking at. These are things that they're considering because, with global warming, after a while, we've already reached the tipping point. Now we're beyond the tipping point. And no one knows really how far it's going to go or how horrendous the circumstances is going to be that we've created. So technology has pushed us here. And because and greed has pushed us here. So because of that, they're looking at other alternatives. And I think that that's one of the things that they're looking at.
Okay. Well put. Basically, man, I know you don't have too much time, so I just want to right now take the time to let you get anything that you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Get your. I know we shout out your petition online and your blog spot, but if anything else you got going on, definitely let us know so we can help get it out there, to the public.
Well, I mean, one of the things that is where my heart really is trying to get the at-risk kids off of the periphery. I mean, I shouldn't say off of the periphery, but off of the cusp of the game. Mm-hmm. The game, and when I say the game, I know you know what I'm talking about. But it holds a certain fascination for inner-city kids. And and it's dangerous. It's potentially very, very dangerous. And I think that we have the guys like myself and other guys that are considered legends in their own rights, and that's not me saying that, I'm just saying how it's viewed, or urban icons. We have a responsibility to try and tell a unvarnished truth as to what this thing is really all about and what's going on, and how devastating it is when you come in one of these systems and you're in here for a life sentence. Right. So if I have anything that I could say to him, I would tell him, listen, avoid it like the plague, and that in the feds there is no parole, and that you don't have to be a big shot, you don't have to be a high roller to get a life sentence with no parole. You can be a minimal player and still end up in here until you die. So, like I said, if there's anything that I want to say, it's a cautionary tale. Not to try and emulate the guys that you see that you think are high rollers, because it's a dead-end street.